Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala Rasulillah. We were taking parts of Surat Al-Noor to talk about. Yesterday we talked about from the beginning of the surah, in general, what it talked about. You were here at first, right? And beginning of the surah till where we start, it talks about mainly the laws and regulations that relate to protecting the eyesight and protecting private parts and protecting and preventing indecency in the community, and also encouraging marriage, encouraging freeing the slaves, avoiding anger and self-retaliation. We talked about Abu Bakr Siddiq and his cousin, because Allah told him, go back and pay him what you used to pay him. And then of course the story of Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, and what people talked about her, all this. And then the ayah we come to is وَلَقَدْ أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكُمْ آيَاتٍ مُبَيِّنَاتٍ وَمَثَلًا مِنَ الَّذِينَ خَلَوْا مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ وَمَوْعِظَةً لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. After all this, this ayah comes, Allah says that I have revealed to you آيَاتٍ مُبَيِّنَات, meaning clear ayat, and they are also clarifying. Mubayyinat means they are clarifying your affairs. Everything that relates to your life is clarified in these ayat, whether what you need to believe and what you need to do, right? وَمَثَلًا مِنَ الَّذِينَ خَلَوْا مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ, and I have revealed to you an example from the previous nations. And that is why you see in the Quran all these stories of previous nations, because this is a method, meaning an example. What is an example given for? So that you know what applies to them applies to you. If you do what they did and they got a good reward, then that's what's going to happen to you. If you did what they did and they were evil and they got a punishment, you expect the same. وَمَثَلًا مِنَ الَّذِينَ خَلَوْا مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ, from those nations that came before you. وَمَوْعِظَةً لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Maw'idah means any speech that is directed to affect the heart. This is the meaning of maw'idah. Maw'idah lil-muttaqin comes very frequently in the Quran. Lil-muttaqin, for those people who fear, because those who do not care will not benefit from all this that is revealed in the Quran, right? Then Allah says, Allahu Noor as-samawati wal-ard. This ayah they call it Ayat Al-Noor. This is a surah of Surat Al-Noor, but this ayah also they call it Ayat Al-Noor, the ayah of Noor, because it talks about light in general, the light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It says, Allahu Noor as-samawati wal-ard. Allah is the light of the heavens and earth. What is the meaning of that? Allahu Noor as-samawati wal-ard could be understood in the shade of the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he went in Mi'raj and was asked, did you see your Lord? And he says, Nurun anna ara. He says, light, or too much light or excess light, how could I see him? And also he says about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, hijabuhu an-nur, meaning the veil between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his creation is nur, light. Also Abdullah ibn Mas'ud says, ليس عند ربكم ليل ولا نهار نور السماوات والأرض من نوره. He says, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala there is no day or night. He says the light of the heavens and earth are from his light. So this could be the meaning of Allah wa nur as-samawati wal ard. All light in the heavens and earth comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. بمعنى منور السماوات والأرض. Or Allah is the one who guides the heavens and earth. He gives each part of the heavens and earth its correct and programmed direction on how it should function. Whether it is a planet or something smaller, part of a planet, or even a molecule, or even smaller than a molecule, an atom, or smaller than an atom, that is all guided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Nur also means guidance. The word Nur means guidance. So الذي أعطى كل شيء خلقه ثم هدى. Allah says He is the one who has given everything its creation and guided it to its functioning. So Allah نور السماوات والأرض, or Allah نور السماوات والأرض بمعنى الله هادي أهل السماوات والأرض. He is the one who guides His creation in the heavens and earth, meaning like people, jinn, the malaika. He is the one who gives them their guidance. So not only material, but also mainly it applies to guiding the human beings and the jinn and ins and malaika and all these. It's a long ayah, so we'll stop here. Just the beginning of the ayah.